Hey, hey, man. We're starting very soon. Hey guys, we're starting in a few minutes. Not with this timer, but just give me a few minutes to prepare everything. Topic. Uh, I died off stream like a lot. Is it? It's not adding though. It works. Yes, because I died. I don't remember. I think I need to add like 5 more, to be honest. Because I played off stream and I died like a lot. But I didn't play like much though. I gone, leveled a bit, killed the boss, and I didn't play it after. So I can like discover new zone on stream. But first we will get the PoE reveal. I'm very fucking hopeful we will have a fucking nuclear shit league. I missed PoE 1 blasting a lot. I hope. Dude, and this thing also, by the way. The marathon playtest is also out, so this shit we will play on weekend though. If I like it, I will buy. I will like it's $27, I think. Okay, let me grab coffee and shit. Almost there. Holy shit, let's go. Bring me good news, please. Please, good news only. Oh, this is the drops, by the way. If you are interested. Come on. Big fucking news. Come on, baby.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers from Grinding Gear Games. Welcome to GGG Live. Today we're going to show you an exclusive reveal of Path of Exile Mirage, which is coming out 1 week from now on March 6th. Twitch drops are enabled on today's livestream, so you'll be able to claim your Mirage weapon effect by following the instructions below. Now first things first, let's roll the trailer for Path of Exile Mirage.
Oh.
The Jinn. They were bound to serve, but not to suffer. The Afarod assault our lands, trapping my Jinn in an assault.
Okay, good.
Break their chains.
Circle with mobs.
And you will be granted.
What can be better? Yo, TD. Oh. Ooh. Oh.
An ancient evil yearns for his freedom. We must keep him.
What the
in
fuck?
dark.
Nice. Oh. Holy shit. What? Oh. Nobody going play Breach, man. Fuck Breach. That will be reworked in 2 years, man.
In today's
Cześć,
stream, we'll
cześć,
take you on a
boss.
deep dive into Path of Exile Mirage, where you'll unravel ancient mysteries, unlock new powerful rewards, and become part of the eons-old story of the Winter Sekima. There are also significant in-game changes coming alongside Mirage, including a progression of the in-game storyline, a new in-game atlas system, and as always, new rewards to match.
Holy shit.
After that, we want to talk about the slew of new Holy Templar skills and supports, as well as an additional Ascendancy class option added to the Scion, which some of you may find familiar. Next, we'll cover our new supporter packs, and then lastly, have a
Oh,
live Q&A
Cyan
session
login.
where Ziggy D will ask Path of Exile game director Mark, as well as game designer Octavian, your questions from Twitch chat. After the live stream, we'll drop the full patch notes at 11 AM NZT or 2 PM PST. So let's get started. I'll hand things over to Mark to introduce the new league.
Hi, I'm Mark Roberts, Game Director on Path of Exile. In Path of Exile Mirage, you'll be taking on the Afarud, a sect of desert-dwelling necromancers who have lingered in the shadows for centuries.
Holy
They are
shit, they look
outcasts of
awesome.
outcasts, with no home or promised land. Instead, they seek their sovereignty through darker means. The Ufarud have captured the souls of Jinn throughout Rayclast. They are killing them, sapping their energies for purposes unknown. You must fight your way past the Ufarud's necromantic creations to find the captive Jinn. Here, Varashta, an ancient Marikith sorceress, has been doing what she can to protect the Jinn, but she needs your help to free them. After successfully defeating them, you will then be asked by Varashta to enter the Astral Realm and break the tether trapping the Jinn there. This gate to the Astral Realm is a mirage, an imperfect copy of the area around the captured Jinn. Now, when we say an imperfect copy, we mean that quite literally. Hold tight, because this leak mechanic has some serious implications for juicing areas. We'll get to that in a moment.
What?
Varashta can augment the magic of the mirage further, as she allows you to enter, giving you the option to choose one of 3 wishes before you do so.
What is your desire?
These wishes are modifiers that will apply to the mirage area and have some pretty potent outcomes. There are wishes that grant extra rewards, such as the wish for glimpse, which causes all portal and wisdom scrolls in the mirage to instead drop as other currencies. Or wishes that will spawn rewarding enemies, such as the wish for avarice, which replaces a number of packs in the area with gilded enemies that convert their equipment drops to gold.
Holy
And
shit, nobody
wishes
was
that
going
can
to
grant you
take that shit.
extreme power while inside the mirage, such as the wish for souls or the wish for godhood, which allow you to consume the souls of your enemies or make you completely unkillable, while within
What
the
the
mirage,
fuck?
of course. Each wish is also marked with the sigil of one of 3 powerful Jinn: the Sand Jinn, Fire Jinn, or Water Jinn. Depending on the
Okay.
sigil chosen, monsters within the affected mirage will have a small chance to drop one of 3 new coin currencies:
What the fuck?
coin of knowledge, coin of power, or coin of skill.
50 divine.
Each of these coins can be used on a max leveled skill gem,
50
corrupting
div.
it and augmenting it with a random support that matches the color of the coin
Okay,
used.
100 div.
Only one skill that is imbued this way can be socketed into a given equipment item at a time, meaning you cannot have 2 imbued skill gems in your body armor. As
Okay.
an example.
Choose what you wish.
That's one of the rewards, but let's get back to the area-to-area mechanic.
For you.
Once you've made
Yeah.
your choice of wish, enter the mirage and fight your way through the monsters and astral hazards to find the tether holding the Jinn. Shatter this chain to free the Jinn, step by step weakening whatever dark plans the Ufarud may have for Rayclast. Wishes are not the only value a mirage has to offer to an enterprising exile. As we mentioned earlier, mirages are an imperfect copy of the area the Jinn occupies in Rayclast, and it will copy almost anything, as long as it's within the domain of the Jinn. Mirages created from an endgame map, for instance, will have all
Yeah.
Scarab, Atlas, and map modifiers the area has.
You don't know the balance changes though.
Mirages created next to a strongbox will have a new strongbox ready for you to open.
Holy shit, we will need to open more boxes. No. No.
Legions fought once more,
No.
and so on. Effectively, you get a portion of your map to play a second time.
So we...
Everything you did to enhance the content of that map applies in the Mirage too. These recreated copies of League mechanics, however, have been warped into reality by the power of the Mirage. And this has some side effects. For one, a recreation may not be perfect. The factions of a Legion may differ from the one the Mirage copied. Or, the variety of strongboxes may change. More importantly, the mechanic may be empowered, with new threats and rewards that are customized to each mechanic and are only available when doing that mechanic in the Mirage.
Okay, we need a tanky build though.
Ultimatums recreated in Mirages will have new threatening modifiers added to the usual pool. Restless Ground can raise slain enemies to fight again, or Quicksand will grasp at your ankles. As a reward for these new threats, Mirage Ultimatums can provide the
Who
new
the fuck knows,
Sinistral
man?
or Dextral Catalysts.
They reworked
These
endgame.
utilize jewelry with increased effect of either prefix or suffix modifiers. As you can imagine, there's a lot of potential here.
I don't know, maybe.
Another example is that Kalgurin ore recreated in the Mirage has a chance to be replaced by a Thaumaturgic Hourglass, a powerful magical device that your Kalgurin friends can mine in order to obtain vast quantities of Thaumaturgic dust.
Oh, that's good.
Night encounters recreated in Mirages have one of their lanes replaced by Upper-Rude enemies, infested with blight.
Recomb and this will be happy.
This lane can reward a new base type, the Cord Belt.
What?
The implicit of this belt allows it to be anointed, causing it to grant a passive tree notable of your choosing.
One mirror
As a
belts.
quick note, Imprisoned Jinn will generally be near the content they can empower in the Mirages, so you don't need to worry too much about getting lucky with where your content generates in an area. As the campaign doesn't generally contain too much additional League content for the Mirages to empower, we've gone and added a whole bunch that will force spawn near the Jinn, so your campaign experience will double down on being more action-packed and rewarding. Now, of course, if you're traveling through Mirages, encountering new enemies, and slaying them, you can expect to find some new uniques. The
I
upper
don't know
road
the
is not
belt, man.
torturers, but thieves.
It's competing
And
with
over the
Mage
centuries,
Blood
stolen away priceless Maraketh artifacts.
and like
Using the
2-3
powers of
implicit
rock
Saint
and
belt,
freeze, they have twisted
which
these
is
items to
kinda
suit their own purposes.
both are like insane.
Flesh Render is one such artifact, an
Oh.
ancient and exquisite Maraketh blade that has been
Fuck it, it's poison.
However, Varashta has in her command the power to restore these once lost Maraketh treasures to their former glory. Acquiring a coin of restoration by slaying monsters in Mirages allows any unique obtained from the Upper-Rude to be transformed into its Maraketh counterpart,
Oh.
its glorious original form. Flesh Render, for example, transforms into Sky Sunder, the original Maraketh blade that radiates with the glowing heat of the desert sun. When you ignite monsters, Sky Sunder reflects that ignite back to you, which proliferates to nearby enemies in a massive area. If you meddle with the affairs of the Upper-Rude for too long, though, you may draw the ire of the Mirage League's new
I don't know.
Suresh of the Weeping Black. Suresh also has a set of powerful, exclusive items. Yours for the taking, if you're able to defeat him.
Oh, okay.
So that's the Mirage League. Now, to face all the new evils, you might want some righteous skills. Some holy skills. In 3.28,
That was
you
bad.
get access to a slew of new options to bring divine devastation and return the faithless to their rightful
I think
grounds.
that was bad.
We're also introducing some supports to go with them, as well as some new transferred
No?
gems. Let's go over a few examples.
With Holy Hammers, you slam the ground to call down
Dude,
a
this
hammer of
shit looks
justice from the
sick.
sky. If this hits an enemy, an additional Holy Hammer will cascade forwards, which itself can further cascade, and so forth. Expending a power charge when using the skill will call down an additional 2 hammers, which can also cause cascading slams.
Holy
The more
shit.
numerous your foes, the more
Holy
intimate your
shit.
holy judgment.
Hammer's coming, man.
Sweep is an old skill. In fact, it is so old that it's one of the very first skills ever implemented in Path of Exile, over 15 years ago. It's been long overdue for some attention. With 328, it has been reworked into Holy Sweep. This skill converts some of your physical damage to lightning, with shiny new effects to match. Some enemies struck by the initial sweep will have hammers of light batter them from above. These hammers cause area damage where they land, so clustered enemies are demolished by repeated impacts.
Okay.
When successfully hitting an enemy with Holy Strike, you'll summon forth a floating holy armament, a glowing mace that follows you closely. These weapons are minions, and will attack with Holy Strike themselves whenever you do. These holy armaments will copy the stats of your main hand weapon to deal their damage.
Okay.
Stand against your foes with Shield of Light, a retaliation skill which will allow you to unleash a cone of holy light upon enemies after blocking a hit with your shield.
The fuck is this?
Additional cones of light will also pour forth from your nearby allies when you hit with the skill.
Holy shit, man.
Holy army to create
This
perfect
looks
light.
so cancer, man. This is like
Fine blast emits a beam of holy light from your shield.
fucking
Into a hovering ball of energy.
how it
Moments
calls
later,
in
this
PoE2
unstoppable bursts, exploding outward with divine power.
Thorns build, man.
Hallow supports
Holy
melee
fuck.
attacks, causing them to inflict a new debuff, Hallowing Flame. Hallowing Flame builds up as charges on enemies, getting consumed when attacked. Consuming a stack of Hallowing Flame gives the attack that consumed it a significant amount of extra fire damage, but only those who did not inflict the Hallowing Flame are able to consume it. Perfect for those of you who enjoy a more supportive playstyle with your army of Holy Sentinels. Or friends, when they're online. We've also added sources of this debuff to a number of other places, such as unique items, cluster jewels,
Okay.
and the Guardian Ascendancy class. We
Okay.
also have another batch of new transfigured gems, with many of these being variants for gems which previously had none. One example is the Shockwave Totem of Authority, which casts its higher damage dealing Nova at your location instead of its own. You might also enjoy Orb of Storms of Squalls. These storms warp directly to targets when you use lightning skills, and arc lightning upon doing so. This gives you a mobile storm of destruction that follows you as you dive into battle. We'll leave the rest of the transfigured skills for you to comb through in the patch notes. Speaking of the
Okay.
patch notes, as always, we love to shake up the meta, so we've done a bunch of balance adjustments to a few other things as well, such as a pass on bloodline classes, expanded the passives available to the Templar section of the passive tree, and various improvements to existing holy themed skills such as Static Strike, Holy Flame Totem,
Holy Flame is
and
crazy.
Dominating Blow.
Eye cancer.
We're also doing our usual improvement to some of the least played Ascendancy classes, this time with a focus on Guardian and Warden. Speaking of Ascendancies, let's talk about the Scion
Awesome.
and her new Reliquarian Ascendancy class. For those that have played the Legacy of Freesia events, this class will seem familiar. The Reliquarian is a learned Scion that has studied history at the Oriath Academy. She is a part of a secret society of Oriathans, dedicated to collecting and discerning the strange properties of unique items.
That's a 1C
All
unique.
of her passive powers come from these unique items, found from throughout Rayclast. After ascending, first select the power of a unique armor. Victario's influence increases the level of all your auras and gives them a much larger area of effect. Or instead, take Kilowava's Bluster, giving you a chance to have extreme elemental resistance against incoming hits. Next, pick from a unique weapon power. Widowhail greatly increases the bonuses gained from your quiver. Or Martyr's Teaching, which causes your minions' critical strike chance with attacks to be equal to your main hand weapons.
Okay.
Lastly, pick your Crown Jewel, a unique jewelry power. Astral Projector causes Nova spells to cast from enemies rather than from yourself. Or take Astramentus, simply giving you a huge boost to all your attributes.
Okay.
Due to all the ways you can mix and match unique powers, the Reliquarian has more flexibility in how you build it compared to any other Ascendancy class in the game. Our plan going forward is for the Reliquarian to not be a static Ascendancy class, and between each expansion, the unique powers which are offered will change. If
Oh,
you don't like what she offers this expansion, hopefully she'll have the power of your favorite unique item in the next one. Time to move on to the endgame.
oh, that's
With
the.
this expansion, we are aiming to liven up the endgame, giving players new experiences, strategies to leverage, and streamlining or removing the more frustrating tasks. Extensive changes will be coming to the Atlas and how you engage with maps, without interfering with the beloved core experience that has made mapping so successful.
In the last few endgame updates, you experienced Zana's story. How she helped defeat the Elder, tried to stop exiles from going mad in the Atlas, and faced new threats pouring forth from it. In the most recent expansion, she eventually realized that there was only one way forward: to destroy the Atlas. Zana's recent actions have now weakened the already strained and tattered edges of its realities, reshaping how we interact with the Atlas entirely.
Holy shit.
To explain how this changes your interactions with the Atlas, we first want to establish some context while having a bit of a trip down memory lane.
27 expansions ago, back in Path of Exile 3.1.0, the War for the Atlas, we had a mechanic on the Atlas where the Shaper and Elder were engaged in war. This manifested as influence regions on the Atlas that affected specific maps. The ever-changing influence regions made the Atlas feel more like a physically connected space, rather than just a fancy way of visualizing a checklist of completed maps. However, one of the main frustrations with this mechanic was that you constantly needed many different specific maps in order to manipulate the influenced regions.
We realized we'd love to again have mechanics that manifest physically on your Atlas, but we'd have to address the issue of always needing those specific maps.
The first major change we'll be making to solve this is divorcing map items from specific areas. As an example, instead of having a Mesa map, you will now find, say, a 10-10
Waste
map.
tone.
To open a Mesa map now, just locate and select Mesa on your Atlas, put in your map item, click activate, and you're good to go.
Okay.
That Mesa may drop a Tier 11 map. You can then immediately return to your map device, which will default to the last map run, and then run it again. Or choose a new map to use it on. It's your choice.
Okay.
This is one of the many benefits to this change, which is that if you are the type of player who enjoys chaining the same map over and over, or the type of player who prefers to jump around, it is equally easy to do either strategy or even switch between them at a moment's notice. For example, if one day you're farming burial chambers, hoping to eventually get a headhunter from divination cards, and you decide you need a change of rhythm, you can seamlessly swap to your boss farming Atlas tree and spam Mesa for peak boss killing efficiency. Up until now, this would have required having some Mesa maps stashed, setting all your favorite maps to Mesa, or doing a whole bunch of trading. You'll also notice that the structure of the Atlas has changed.
We have instant trade,
If you haven't
dude.
played in a while, here's a look at it before and after. You will
Okay.
now begin at the center of the Atlas, with each corner housing one of 4 Voidstone slots. In addition, all
Holy
content
shit.
accessed from your map device now exists physically on the Atlas, so you can see everything available in the endgame as you reveal the Fog of War. This also means that all unique maps are now present on the Atlas, including some old favorites that are appearing for the first time. Don't worry though, you don't need to complete Hall of Grandmasters every league. You now gain 1 Atlas skill point per unique map completed, up to a maximum of 10. Given there are around 20 unique maps, you only need to complete the half you want, if you can get your hands on them. Note, you aren't losing any Atlas skill points. These have been moved to new places, and actually, you can get more than before.
Okay.
Due to Zana's actions, Egan now has a new goal and is determined to stop Zana's destruction by making use of a mysterious new discovery, arcane astrolabes. Zana is currently traversing the threads that weave the Atlas together, severing them. With these new astrolabes, Egan is able to trace her movement, but using them causes dangerous side effects. When you use an astrolabe on a map on the Atlas, a shaped region will manifest itself in that quadrant, affecting many of the maps within it. There are many different
Maybe
kinds of
better.
astrolabes, and they apply different types of shaped regions. For
Dude, you
example,
will spam one
an
region
abyssal
anyway.
which causes
One
all
of them
maps
will
to
be
have
the
an
best.
additional abyss, or a blighted region, which adds a blight encounter. Completing the content added by the astrolabe will remove the shaped region's influence from that map. Upon doing so, every other map remaining in the shaped region will gain an additional modifier. This means as you progress through the shaped region, maps you run will become more and more intense, with the relevant mechanic getting more and more juiced.
More currency,
Finally,
that's good.
At the end of the region of maps, once you have successfully rid the Atlas of the shaped region, Egan will take you to one of 4 memory vaults, where there are powerful rewards to be had. He cares only for the knowledge hidden within that vault, so any items are yours for the taking. Each vault is associated with a specific quadrant on the Atlas, so you're able to target a certain vault if you're wanting to try get a specific type of reward.
Okay.
One such vault is the Archon's Vault, where you'll be rewarded with powerful unique items. Or the Zealot's Vault, to acquire valuable currency items. This
What the
new
fuck
shaped
was that
system is
filter?
one that promotes running many different maps. But for players that want to engage with this new system while still wanting to run the same map over and over again, the synthesized stability keystone on the Atlas tree enables exactly that. With all the new endgame changes, we thought it would be also good to mention some handy tips and tricks for quickly navigating the new Atlas. When using the map device, the Atlas defaults to your previously run map, so running the same map over and over is as few clicks as possible. You can right-click unique maps or map fragments in your inventory to automatically open your Atlas to that location with the map already placed and ready to run. When you select a special area that requires multiple items, such as to fight at Zeri or open the Domain of Timeless Conflict, if you have the fragments to access that in your inventory, it will automatically add them to the map device, in the right spot.
That's nice.
That's the core of the new endgame. But there's a lot more endgame changes coming in 3.28. Let's blast through them. Over the last few expansions, we've been working on streamlining the mapping experience. And we wanted to continue to minimize busy work so you can spend more time doing what you love.
Dude,
killing
install the
monsters.
loot filter. Holy shit.
To that
This
end,
looks like
we've
my
made a
loot
number
filter.
of changes. We won't get into too much detail, but here's a quick summary of what you can expect to have received adjustment. We've removed cartographer's chisels and map device crafts entirely. The loss
What?
of content and loot here has been compensated for in other places.
Oh, that's a big
Twitchstreamer
question.
now grants special global bonuses while socketed on your Atlas, including adding the new Originator Voidstone, which enables specific Atlas bosses to drop exceptional supports. We'll elaborate more on that in the next section.
What?
T17 maps as you know it have effectively been removed.
What?
The bosses have been kept around, and they better fulfill their original purpose of being a gateway to target farm uber pinnacle bosses. The most annoying modifiers on Originator maps have been removed or replaced. No more getting turned into a slug for simply using skills. And no more will you be incapable of dealing damage periodically. Petal skills in Originator maps have been removed. However, some of their effects are now available from the altars and memory threads. Memory tears, instead of adding a memory thread to your Atlas, will now drop an itemized version of that thread. allowing you to save it for later or trade it at your leisure. We've added new scarabs, such as this Expedition Scarab of Infusion, which can generate some truly tempting logbooks. And for those of you looking to take on the ultimate one-on-one fight, the Anarchy Scarab of the Exceptional will place a true antagonist-level rogue exile threat in your map. Empowered by every type of Wildwood Wisp, possessed by a tormented spirit, augmented with rare monster modifiers, and affected by a shrine, this exile is not to be trifled with.
Holy fuck.
Alongside that, we've also changed some, such as the Beyond Scarab of Resurgence,
What the?
which now causes all 3 Beyond bosses to appear when a Beyond boss would spawn in your map. On top of that, we've made improvements to a number of weak Atlas Tree passives.
I want to
Such as
think.
Pillage and Plunder, which now grants a chance for items dropped by Syndicate members to have a Fractured Veiled mod. Check out the new The Paths Not
I
Taken
liked
system,
all the end game,
which
to be
means your
honest.
maps on average will drop twice as many divination cards. But which ones can drop will be a mystery. And last, but not least, we've also made some changes to King's March shipping, such as we've swapped the rewards given by sending ore and crops. I wonder what this new port will send back. Ports will now give more rewards for favored resources, and you can even re-roll them for gold, if they're not offering what you're after.
Oh, okay.
Specific ports will now reward specific tattoos and rune grafts, making it easier to target the ones you want. Not to mention, the Kalgurans have discovered several new powerful rune grafts for you to get your hands on, such as the Rune Graft of Fury, which causes you to gain rage on using a life flask,
Okay.
and the Rune Graft of Resurgence, which causes Arcane Surge to also grant life regeneration. We mentioned earlier about the Originator Voidstone enabling access to exceptional supports. So let's get into that, as there's a decent amount to cover. After defeating the incarnations of Fear, Neglect, and Dread, you will obtain the Originator Voidstone. As mentioned earlier, this Voidstone allows new, exceptional support gems to drop from many bosses across the Atlas. These new supports are an improvement over the old Awakened support system, which is being phased out. Awakened supports have long been a capstone investment for a character, but there's existed a gulf between the more interesting ones, such as Awakened Spell Cascade, which has some additional transformative effect, as opposed to some of the simpler Awakened supports, which just have slightly higher numerical values. Exceptional supports will all be transformative, serving as an additional late-game tool to customize your build around, and extending character customization and creation even later into a build's life. One of the goals here is to provide interesting build choices even at later levels and deep into the endgame. However, we are certainly not aiming to reduce top-end player power with these changes. Exceptional supports will still be super strong. If used well, they will catapult your character even further than before. So, how many are there, and what exactly do they do? There are over 40 new exceptional supports to discover,
Holy.
adding additional enticing drops to bosses that may otherwise have felt not as worthwhile to run, giving players extra reason to take on those challenges. For instance, from the King in the Mists, we have the Hex Toad support. This support creates areas of swampy cursed ground.
Anyway, will be
Spawns
few
toads,
like Awakened
bounce towards
multi-strike.
enemies, and then
And
explode,
yeah, like
dealing chaos
same
damage.
shit but new name.
From the Uber Elder, we have the Void Storm support, which causes your raining attacks to create celestial storms of energy that grow over time, detonating as you approach for massive damage.
Or it will drop
Defeating the incarnation
often,
of Neglect
it will be
will
1C.
renew the Frostmage support. Similar to the existing Archmage support, you are rewarded for stacking mana to enhance your spells with extraordinary cold damage. We'll tease some more of these before launch, but there will be many, many more for you to
Depends on
discover.
drop rates and where it drops and
Keepers
shit.
of the Flame is coming back. However, we do know that many players have issues with the walls in Hive encounters. In order to address these concerns, we'll be making a number of changes. One of the biggest problems is that walls will
Just
block
remove the
objectives,
walls, man.
meaning that when a hive randomly spawned in your map, it would make it harder to clear. In order to prevent that, walls and hive encounters will now be destroyed by any damage. But we also wanted to make sure
Dude, just fucking remove them.
Hives and their walls are now smaller. To allow players to engage with hive encounters quicker when they do want to help Aelith, we've added a new Atlas passive which drastically increases the detonation area of unstable burrows, causing them to reliably chain react and destroy the majority of remaining walls.
Dude, nobody is going to
For
play
those who
that
don't
shit.
want to deal with the walls at all, there's now a pair of keystones that allow you to block hive encounters or unstable breaches, if you want. Now that this is a core league, we don't want you to have to grow your Genesis tree from scratch on every league start. So now, each womb gift slot is already usable by default, and access to the Monastery of the Keepers will be gained by finding Aelith starting in Act 6 Mudflats. Now with Atlas Tree and Scarab support, you can have multiple unstable breach encounters active in a single area, for maximum ruckus. Speaking of Atlas Tree and Scarab support, we've added plenty. Here are a few examples. The Massing Forces Atlas notable grants a chance to have additional unstable breaches in your maps. The Breach Scarab of the Marshal guarantees a breach boss or hive fortress, while the Breach Scarab of the Incensed Swarm replaces all of Aelith's skills with Enrage the Hive, increasing the difficulty and reward from hive monsters in all subsequent waves. Graft items will no longer exist, but we've moved several of the graft skills to new exceptional supports. Such
Okay.
as the Hiveborn support, which summons an army of breach minions to do your bidding when you use a supported offering skill. And the Foul Grasp support, which calls forth a field of grasping breach hands when you recall brands, exploding for heavy lightning damage when enemies approach them. We're looking forward to seeing how these improvements and additions are received, alongside a lot of what Keepers also has to offer. From the new bosses in their bloodline, through to the Genesis
Heavy
tree, to
lightning
many different
damage.
crafting options,
2
like
to
Foul
4
Dynamics.
lightning
Also
damage.
with its new narrative, we look forward to extrapolating on all of this and learning more about Aelith, the Hiveborn,
Maximum
and its
5
breach lords in the
targets.
future. That covers all the new content we're adding, and that was a lot. From a new in-game system, several new reward types, new
Dude, I'm
established
feeling
maps,
Reddit will be
also
not
adding
happy with new
double-up in the
endgame.
Mirage League, and all that alongside a suite of new holy skills, a new ascendancy class, and an
I
insane
have
amount
a
of new
feeling.
character customization in the endgame. However, an important part of Path of Exile expansions is
Mama
making
go
sure
play
there's a
RF.
continued effort to improve quality of life. So let's get into that now. You can now favorite trades on the currency exchange. This consists of selecting 2 currencies that you want to be able to trade between with a single click, and setting them as a favorite trade. Favorite trades will appear by default on opening the currency exchange, and will still auto-suggest a ratio based on recent trade data. A further improvement to the currency exchange is the ability to open and interact with your stash while you have the exchange window open. Now, when trading in a full set of divination cards, it will automatically be handed in to become the resultant item. If you then turn in another set immediately, the reward from the
Holy
previous set will
shit.
be transferred to your inventory directly, assuming there's enough free space to do so. Labyrinth font crafts that previously gave a random transfigured gem now allow you to choose which transfigured gem of that type you'd like to receive.
Rip lab
Asynchronous
runners.
trade item sale history is now hoverable, with full item descriptions of the sold item. When using Divine Orbs, you can now tell exactly which modifiers can be randomized. The ritual icon will now glow if you've got significant unspent tribute in an area and all rituals are complete, and a pop-up will appear after the final ritual completion. Also on the topic of ritual, you can now quick use vessels on completed rituals. Have you ever tried to click a divine shrine surrounded by enemies and find it extremely difficult to click? Well, shrines now take priority over monsters when clicking in an area they overlap. Since 3.24, we've been looking to add new ways to improve the campaign experience, and 3.28 is no different. This patch, we've added over 20 landmark rooms throughout the campaign, scattered across all 10 acts. Some of these reward some pretty useful stuff, so keep an eye out for the new and unexpected rooms, side passages, chests, and encounters as you progress throughout Rayclast. We want most of these to be a surprise, but we'll show you just one. There is now a small central island in the Karui Fortress, all inhabitants of which will drop a basic tattoo when slain.
Okay.
Next up, we're going to be talking about our new supporter packs. Today, we're launching 2 new series of supporter packs. The Curator of Wisdom and Iron Incarcerator packs. Each
This
set
one was
contains the pack's
nice.
full face value in points, alongside several exclusive microtransactions. As always, the microtransactions in these packs are purely cosmetic and do not affect your character's power or progression in any way. The Curator of Wisdom series of supporter packs contains 7 exclusive microtransactions. The Traveling Wisdom back attachment has all the necessary tools you may require to chronicle your journey, complete with a helpful rat friend. These chronicles will activate their magic upon identifying items, and will track the number of items identified of each rarity. Just hover the item, or link it in chat to show it off. The Acquired Wisdom Unique Finisher effect summons an ancient scroll that consumes unique enemies and the knowledge they hold. Most exiles would struggle carrying piles of scrolls while traveling Rayclast, but the Grand Curator of Wisdom armor set is perfect for the adventurous scholar. Any expert curator knows that
Gandalf,
scrolls
man.
hold just knowledge, they also hold power. As you cast spells, the scrolls attached to the armor will burn away, before rematerializing shortly after. It also features a series of helmet variations, so you can get precisely the look you're after. Summon your Scroll Shaper familiar pet to follow alongside
That
you.
looks nice.
This creature is
Not the
formed from
pet,
folded
the
magical
armor.
texts, and can shapeshift between different forms. You can think of this as having multiple pets in one. It can fold into a fox, and then even burn away, reforming into a flying bird. This series of packs also contains the Scroll Portals, jumbo-sized versions of the Scroll of Wisdom and Portal Scroll that you can make a quick retreat through. A supreme catalogue of knowledge can't remain in one place for too long and risk being pillaged by thieves. The Titan Apex Hideout.
This
features
looks
a
sick.
colossal Titan who carries your base of operations atop their shoulders, constantly moving through a boundless desert.
This looks sick.
The Iron Incarcerator pack also contains 6 exclusive microtransactions.
Holy
The
shit.
Incarcerator's Restraints back attachment features stockades that were used to immobilize prisoners by binding them to the earth as they were tortured for their wrongdoings. Shackles envelop your choice of torturing device when using the Chains of the Incarcerator weapon effect. These chains shatter into links as you batter enemies. Make your way through Rayclast as a walking penitentiary, intimidating your enemies with the elite Iron Incarcerator armor set. After a long day of tracking down criminals, step into the Iron Maiden portal to retreat to your torture chamber. It acts as a great deterrent for would-be intruders.
This looks fucking amazing.
This peculiar creature was a favorite amongst incarcerators.
This is a
They
room,
descend
man.
into the midst of prison
Holy
guards
shit.
to mesmerize and control the toughest of minds. Use their talents to charm other players' pets, causing them to abandon their owners and follow in line behind you instead, at least until it wears off. What better way to execute prisoners when your torturing has depleted their value? Harvest their souls to fuel this map device, condemning them to eternal incarceration. Your kills within the map are also recorded based on the rarity of the monster. You can choose to pin an execution session that you're satisfied with on this miniature leaderboard, which is displayed for all that dare enter your hideout. Additionally, all microtransactions from these supporter packs will be made available for use in Path of Exile 2. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. We're just about to start the Q&A with Ziggy D. Afterwards, we'll post the full patch notes.
It's
for
too
Path
much.
of
It's
Exile
difficult
Mirage.
to say, and
11 a.m. New Zealand time, 2 p.m. Pacific.
we will need the patch
With release
notes.
at the end of next week, our community team will be posting crucial information you'll need for the release. Keep an eye on the news.
That's a lot, man. That's like fucking a lot. The trade meta will be changed for sure. Because like a lot of shit will be shuffled. So that's interesting. I don't know. Shh. Excuse me.
G'day Exiles, welcome back. ZD here, joined by game director Mark Roberts and game designer Octavian to do our Q&A post-live stream discussion for an hour, 2 hour, 3 hours. We'll see where things take us.
What the fuck is sound, man?
Discussing things like ground loot, endgame breach, King's March, balance. There's a lot to...
It's fucking echo.
Forever, Ziggy. Yeah. That's good. Let's do it. And, well, let's start off by just welcoming Octavian here to the show for the first time.
Hello.
And what brings you here with us today, Octavian?
This guy? I don't know. He's the one who said I should. No, I mean, I've been doing a lot. So we'll get into more details later, probably. But the teams between PoE1 and PoE2 have become a little bit more distinctly split as of late. You know, there's definitely still some people who jump back and forth, but myself, I work fully on PoE1 at the moment. And I've been doing a lot of the design work on, you know, pretty much everything.
Don't say breach.
Expansion. You know, it's not just me. I'm working with a number of other designers, but I've had my hands in a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean, it represents Path of Exile 1, like getting...
Yeah, Jonathan is not here.
Needs to, like, continue its development and, like, put out some spicy expansions every, 4 months or something you're trying to do now. So it's a pretty exciting thing for, you know, PoE1 fans.
I mean, it's a lot to take on for sure. Like, and there's been some growing pains. We had our whole like team was split and merged team, and now we're kind of splitting again, and we're kind of going all over the place. But honestly, what allowed us to do the split this time is Octavian and Andrew, who's not here, but hopefully maybe next time or in the future we were thinking might get a bit too cozy on this couch.
We need a longer couch.
You know, we'll figure that out. But yeah, with Octavian here, you know, stepping up and seizing control and having that like X factor design, which is something that I would say Jonathan and I have, and you know, pretty much before I was going back and forth on the game so aggressively, and I was just like, holy, there's so much context switching going on. I didn't feel like I was giving enough time to each product, you know, because I was so spread too thin, as they say, and all this. And so all of a sudden, yeah, with Octavian's, you know, just like, let me do it. And so here's where we are. And
He basically says blame Octavian.
You know, Path of Exile 1, obviously, you know, you started by Chris, you got Jonathan, you got Eric, and obviously they started the project, they started grinding gear, and they had this, you know, obviously they hadn't played the game before because the game was new, right? And so they're developing it and, you know, release it and all this, and now you've got this thing where it's, you know, where Jonathan's obviously still in the picture.
Maybe ground loot will change with like new map modifiers and shit that are going to be added with that fucking regions. But I don't know.
What Octavian's getting is the story I got, and obviously I'm all for that because I got lucky and I'm happy about it and I love my job, and so I'm seeing this happen again. It's exciting, and yeah, it's just it's bloody cool. While also makes things easier for me, you know. I'm like way less stressed about it. I'm way less spread too thin. I get to actually focus on the quality and what we're doing, and I mean it's just an all-round win. And Yeah, first time Octavian here doing these. You'll see a lot more of them, I'm sure.
Round load.
Something goes catastrophically wrong today. Good luck.
Yeah, sure.
It's awesome.
I'm confident. I'm confident in the content and the expansion.
No, it's real good. It's awesome. Yeah, like for sure. Like for
Yes.
If you're looking at a how did I do for my first time kind of thing. Like I don't think
Uniques,
and
currency.
good. It's good, and obviously keen to talk about it and keen to answer all the questions. And yeah, sure. Hopefully you are too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Octavian's been super.
Dude, nobody fucking cares about like just rare shit.
It's a big deal. It's huge.
People want uniques and currency, and that's it.
Players everywhere, mate. Good stuff. But I love that you guys have had that like same journey as well, like and Andrew too as well, right? Like it's players become QA, become game like designers, become like producers and leads on Path of Exile 1 project now. Like it's like the game is in the hands of the players, right? Like
yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I still.
What do you mean,
play
kinda?
every, expansion for not as much time as I did when I streamed the game for a living. when it was my job to play it for 8 to 10 hours a day, but I still probably put in an unhealthy amount of time. I work on the game for 8 hours and then I go home and play the game for like 4, and then I maybe eat something and then go to bed. It hasn't faded. I had a lot of people when I first joined the company asking me like, do you not play the game anymore? Is it not fun anymore? Like, do you get sick of it? And no, it has not yet happened.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, I'm excited to talk about all the new stuff, but first, I think we definitely need to talk about ground loot.
Yeah, the loot. There's not much loot on the ground down here.
Ground
I
loot.
can't see anything,
Where's
and
the
nothing's
loot?
making it through my filter right now. This floor is empty. Ground loot is a hot topic discussion right now, and has honestly been for a long time in some iteration or another. I remember like as far back as like I was trying to find where, for me, the idea of where some of these things trace back to, and for me it was actually like Legion, like farming low tier maps where you're getting that flat additive loot in the map, and so all of a sudden you're not caring so much about what the regular monsters drop. You're just doing your tier 4 glacier to get Legion and stuff like that. But this whole thing is definitely like it's been a tricky topic to break down, because a lot of people have various different issues. Some people are like blaming loot tiles. Other people, like myself, for example, think loot tiles are great. They're just kind of like indicative of the difference between what is dropping from regular monsters in a map and what is being given through what I will refer to as loot tiles, but is generally like flat additive systems, something that adds something, a known quantity, something that's going to be, what you're going to be getting to some extent. And I don't necessarily think, I think those are a great mechanic for various reasons, but they don't necessarily scale with difficulty in the same way as regular content can. They don't have as much of that element of surprise. And I think trying to like really figure out where a lot of this comes down to, like what's the actual issue if you like kind of peek through the curtains a bit. I think it's just that people are getting their loot in ways that feel like it isn't earned, like it's too disconnected from the gameplay, right? Like you've either got like non-combat drops being really good things, like shipments and the auto mappers, or loot tiles, which have that kind of like preordained feeling, so it's not as directly correlated with the content you're doing. So I'm just curious kind of like how you guys are feeling about or tracking with that. Just discussion in an overall sense before we dive into some of the specifics.
Well, there's a couple. Obviously, look, item drops are complicated. This model is complicated. The system is complicated, and it's easy to get lost in the weeds and all that. But honestly, let me simplify it down. Yes, if people don't think it's good enough, it's not good enough. So we'll fix it, right? And now, obviously, these things can take time, but I mean, we'll immediately just to get right in there, because I know what people actually want to know is, what are you doing about it? So let's get to that straight away, which is, at least for now, given that we have, a week till release. But that being said, we can always make loot better mid-league, right? That's never a problem.
That's never a problem.
It's taking away this problem. But, yeah, look, as I said, if you say it's not good enough, it's not good enough. That's how it is. That's just the nature. If the players...
That's not a bad answer.
Whole is like, it sucks, then it sucks, right? So we'll make it better. So to start with, what we're going to be doing, instead of... there might be some terminology here I need to make sure I acknowledge people don't understand. We will effectively be doubling all the currency.
And this
What?
is like,
What?
Login.
Login.
Yeah, not Windows.
Affliction login.
Tile, loot, whatever all the terminology is. Obviously, that will then by consequence diminish the rewards from window loot and tile loot? Yes. That is intentional.
Just economically speaking, you mean, like?
Yes, correct. As in just proportionately, one goes up, the other is now less value proportionately in the economy.
Like inflation and whatnot.
What else are we doing?
Doubling, that's a lot.
Pass on
Holy shit.
Memory strands was an attempt to try and get equipment. So that's the currency. The equipment, memory strands was an attempt to get equipment drop to be more impactful. You know, when you identify, I would say that system didn't. It has its purposes, but it didn't land as good as we wanted. So we're just reassessing that since we're also making changes to the end game around originator maps and all that. Look, they're going to be better. There'll be generally more strands. They'll have higher impact. So identified items via that means will just be better. We're also trying. We're going to see if we can do it in time to make sure that it also doesn't just pick bad base types.
Oh yeah, that's already been done.
There you go.
Nice.
Sweet. Well, we did a lot of this yesterday.
So base type biasing.
It has a yes, so it still can technically, if you get rather unlucky, pick a lower tier base type, but it's heavily biased towards picking higher tier base types to put the memory strands on.
Okay, that's cool. I remember like a long time ago, it was not like that was avoided specifically. It was like, oh, some people might want like a grove bow or something instead.
I mean,
sure.
I think at this point,
whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Deal with it, I guess. Greater good is often the way to look at that. And then look, we're doing some other things. We're going to have ancient orbs, fracturing orbs added to the core drop pools, which should help a little bit for that more kind of mid to higher tier currency.
Yeah, those are the. Ooh, yeah.
We're doing anything else? So we're doing a little bit of a rebalancing of
Fracture orb will be cheap.
Okay, when I say double currency, by the way, I
Zero left, yeah.
forgot to mention the important thing. We're not doubling transmutes and orgs. We're doubling the things that matter.
True.
We're doubling the more important currency. We're not like you're not just going to get twice.
More important currency.
Obviously, by end game, you don't need the thousands of them that exist already. So, look, that's
like
the
what
step that we're taking. It's always going to be an ongoing discussion. There's always going to be ebbs and flow to this. Always, right? There will be a thing where maybe ground loot is saved, and then a year later we'll be having the exact same discussion with a slightly different twist, and that's fine. That's just how it works. You might even find 6 months from now or something where people are like, bunch of these leagues aren't worth doing because the window loot happens to suck from them or something. These are just how these things go. It's a constant back and forth. It's a constant conversation, and the important thing is it's just like there's a problem, fix the problem. Don't freaking. And the thing is about it, and because item drops is so complicated, what you do find, and you find it internally, you get lost in these just crazy philosophical conversations for like hours and hours and hours and hours of talking about why and what did we do in the past that did X, Y, and Z, and it is important to discuss those. But sometimes it's also important to just bulldoze through and just start making changes and start fixing the problem. Now, especially with a week till deployment, like we don't want to have all the content to be ultimately, less appreciated because of the fact that ground drops suck. Which, as I said, agree.
Based.
So yeah, we're doing what we can now. We'll hopefully do more later, if that's what's needed. So yeah, just keep telling us about it. You know what I mean? But for now, we're going to doing a bunch of changes because we can this week. We can test them this week. We can make sure that we're happy with them this week. And if we do anything else, we'll let you know. And then, we'll just keep going. And we obviously got changes to King's March, which is obviously window loot. You've got changes to, the new league, I would say, is one that more favors generally things that aren't in Windows. And so, we'll see. I don't know. Hopefully that's a good start. And we'll see where it ends up, I guess.
But double currency and you double with Mirage.
A lot of white trash items.
That's a lot for the juice area.
Kind of effectively becoming currency was kind of the idea there.
And you extra juice it also. Maybe league mechanic can be like crazy good actually.
Like there is a total amount of weighting in the drop pool, if that makes sense. And we're not adding more weighting to that drop pool. Instead, we are subtracting it from places like normal basic equipment that every single person is hiding on their loot filter. That weighting is now going instead towards currency items. And like Mark said, specifically towards currency items that aren't like transmutes.
There's technically not more items on the floor. It's just more of the garbage has turned into ideally now mid and higher tier currency.
Yeah, so like once upon a time we had this like massive historic quantity rarity buff removal thing that occurred, and that some of the numbers on that were like crazy. It was like, oh, this has 1600% increased quantity. So for the skeptics out there, like my father when I was young, who would say, "I'm doubling your pay this week." Double nothing's nothing. Do you think like doubling the currency is something that has like a pretty appreciable impact on like a map to map basis? When like a lot of the time you are kind of just walking out with a couple fragments and a scarab.
I mean, double is definitely still double. It's a pretty big deal, you know.
There's a difference between like economic changes
it's definitely
and things that
I
you feel,
agree.
though,
It's
yeah.
definitely different to a like 6% glacial hammer buff or whatever's happened historically. It definitely will make a pretty notable difference, but that case there is also an important one, and we were still actively discussing that yesterday, where we were like, there's a little bit of wanting to make sure there's a minimum as well, especially with a certain amount of content. Like, I appreciate that a lot of people are like, you know, there's that juice up here and there's that like, here's just your base map, and there's a bit of an expectation that, you know, you should be able to just go in, clear the map and come out with more, and I generally agree with that. I would say that, you know, the base map is kind of bad right now with respect to some of that, and so, but again, this is that thing where we've got these things we can do now and quite
Dude, we don't have tier 17s. Holy shit.
of them way more. Then there's still all these other conversations we need to have about more like that and how we can achieve that. You know, there's things about how can we've always wanted the idea that the quality of equipment is dropping better, but there's less of it. How can we achieve that? And like, it's quite complicated and quite difficult to do, and it has like all these ramifications down the line, and it just goes and goes and again. So right now, focus on what we're doing, but we will 100% be looking at things like the minimums, the base mapping experience versus the giga juiced, because the other thing we need to make sure we don't do is you know, often what you can do is you can add something that is more for your average player doing your average regular map, and then that, once multiplied by every single league thing, ends up being just more and more for the top end, and then it's a bit of a rich get richer situation, and you didn't end up necessarily even benefiting that person. You in fact made them now feel worse from an economic standpoint. So like, yeah, you have that thing where you need to give something there but take away from something here, and that can be dangerous because you might, you know, overcook the nerf, you might overcook the buff, you might undercook on either, you know. It's scary for sure. So yeah, I mean, even yesterday, I mean, to be fair, yesterday I was the one proposing all the craziness, and I was like, whatever, it's fine, let's just do it. Everyone's like, whoa, calm down. And I was like, all right, fair enough, I'm calm. We'll do the safe stuff that we know that's high impact and going to help people now more than anything, and then we'll keep looking at this stuff. So I would expect more changes. Again, I would, depending on what they are, mid-league. Again, I don't like nerfing strategies mid-league. Like, that's a last resort. So yeah, if all of a sudden it's like buff and nerf, and if we can be 100% certain it hasn't like screwed over a bunch of people's current economic wealth, that's good. But look, if it isn't solved, then 329 will have more. So just make sure you keep letting us know, right? Like, that's the important thing. Like, often what happens is like a topic can come up and then be lost because other stuff moves on or whatever. Like, it's really important that, and it's obviously a responsibility on our end to make sure we go, okay, this is still a problem. It's not like just because
we can check in each Q&A on this one. Sure.
Yeah, sure.
It's like a good ongoing one to
for sure.
review. I think it'd be good if you can get like, you know, for the Alk and Go players, like to a situation where they can get two chaos to rub together. But I think like an interesting situation is that you can kind of stack all of this juicing stuff into juicing the normal content of a map, the monsters, and you can't really like scale it, or the scaling has not really any impact on that. It's like something to do with like, it might literally be that like double nothing is nothing situation where you're like, oh, well, through all these scarabs and atlas stuff, I've juiced these monsters up 1800%, but they ultimately still aren't able to drop anything at that point. Now, how do you make it able to scale? It feels like actually like a really difficult design problem right now. How do you get it actually able to scale basic monsters to make them both challenging and rewarding? Because like, Affliction's various issues aside, something that was cool about that was that you could scale rare monsters to be really freaking hard and really rewarding, and that was actually like a cool thing that maybe needs to be in the game somewhere, and maybe that we've lost.
You see a lot of this thing with the difficulty scaling, where you get that exact argument where people are like, I want a way to be able to scale monsters But then you also have the audience who are like, I want things to be rewarding without needing those scaling mechanisms.
Gotta have a bit of both, I guess.
You do need a bit of both. It's never going to be perfect. You're always in a kind of gray area, and that's where I talk about the ebbs and flows of just things coming and going, and ultimately it's what feels right to as many people as possible. Or there are many options for these things, right?
Yeah, I wonder if we just need some like chunkier options that do just like
we do.
make those
100%.
base monsters just punch a bit harder. Some like big nodes, big notables on that.
Octavian was specifically pushing for this yesterday, and we're in agreement. It's just a matter of coming up with what that is. And
the hardest, like, Atlas passives and scarabs and that kind of thing to design are usually the ones that are the most broad. Like if you're designing for a particular league mechanic or something, you know what levers and knobs you have to turn. But if you're designing something for the monsters in the map, that's a little tougher. And that's not to say there aren't cool designs there. There definitely are, but it is one of those things where like we probably can come up with a bunch of cool stuff by 329, but probably don't have it in the next week.
This is like another league situation here, but I wonder if there's like this needs to be keywordified, like some sort of like native monsters.
Yeah, we do.
Natural inhabitants is what we currently call them. Yes,
we do have that as a concept. Yeah, it's not used super frequently, but there's a few places in there.
But then you also then don't want it to be that then there is a league and the league just feels like absolute trash. So again, a little bit of a fine balance, and because otherwise you're going to start the ebb or the flow on the other side, and now all of a sudden. It's like, there's no point adding any leagues to my area.
I mean, some of your well-designed leagues, I think, can work well with that. Like the Mirage, just as an example, for example.
100%, yes.
If that was in now, Mirage would work really well. It'd be duplicating all those scaled-up, like naturally occurring monsters and adding more of them effectively as well. Like non-loot tiled, but still kind of like randomized monster stuff, which is pretty cool.
Well, as you can see, though, also we've just done a lot of changes, especially to existing systems. Like we're not afraid of. I mean, items a bit more scary because you do need to test it. You don't want to mess that up, But we're not. Octavian's not too afraid. It seems to be able to suggest the crazy things that we.
Bit of fresh blood, bit of vigor for change. That's good.
Sure.
I think we just said even to you this morning, it's like Octavian and I were just like talking absolute madness, I believe I phrased it as, in terms of doing all these crazy things and like, just tipping things upside down and like seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. And so we'll just keep doing it. But,
you guys can cut
it's
loose.
exciting.
You're in charge of the game now.
Now is the time. I really love these conversations in this point because now is the time when like we don't plan stuff so far in advance. Hopefully people know that by now. We stay dynamic, we stay agile with that stuff, and right now is when we're discussing what are we doing for 329, what are our major headliners, what are our minor headliners. And
I usually say that start like the week before this one releases. It's like usually it's like, okay, what's the next league like?
And so right now is the thing where we're putting effectively our list. What are our tier 1 problems, our tier 2 problems, what are the things we want to achieve, not. And so
the hardest part is I've already got some stuff that I really want to do in 329 that I'm really excited about, and I can't talk to you about it.
Yes, I know. You guys told me something before the Q&A. I'm like, you can't tell me this right before the Q&A, and I'm not allowed to talk about it. I have to, like, come on. I really want to bring that up.
Yeah, but now you have 4 months of prep for the next Q&A.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. But my questions are ready for that topic. But wait a while on that one, though. Something that on this ground loot topic that I'm kind of have been sad to see fade away to an extent. It was the loot conversion mechanic on rare monsters. Now, it was obviously really problematic when it was first implemented because it was associated with arch nemesis monsters, and then it had like pinata fishing stuff. But you guys solved that by making it actually properly random. And then even though it was kind of a loot tiled mechanic in the sense that it's like making a specific drop at it, it's random and it doesn't feel like that at all. So it's, I think loot conversion, so for those who are unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, this is occasionally rare monsters have like a hidden thing where they will take whatever they were going to drop and they change it into something else. And that is like fun and weird and surprising, and weird and like surprising loot drops.
Spike moments.
Yeah. Those are the things you remember. Like, I remember the first time I saw like, they all got changed into currency, or they all got changed into maps, or some weird other thing happened.
That was another big topic yesterday.
Let me grab a drink.
That was another, and there's so many axes here. But we were like, we need to reinstate spike moments. Moments where you're like, whoa, this is crazy. And that not just being a divine or having to mouse over every type of a unique of a given base type. And that is what achieved that. I mean, I believe we are at least, we obviously nerfed those. It was a bit hectic. But we're easing back on some of that, at least for 050. What the heck? 328. So that's what I mean. Too many games for 328. We're easing back on those diminishing return penalties I believe we applied. At least they'll be more spiky again, but not what they once were. What they were was kind of a bit out of control. That being said, it's important that there are those crazy spike moments, and if there aren't enough, like that might not be enough, then we have to we'll add more.
So it's important that there's a variety of them too. Like that's the fundamental challenge of a loot-based video game is getting players to care about the different pixels on their screen, and like this set is more exciting than that set.
Oh yeah.
And like that's the trick that as game designers you're trying to play on people, and it's not an easy trick to play.
Yeah.
And like one small thing, like Mark said earlier, that we are doing for 328 is the ancient orbs and fracturing orbs to the global drop pool, because now there's another shiny tink that might occur in the form of the fracture orb.
But we want more giga tanks.
Yes, that is certainly not the extent of it.
You want the thing where there's like 50 tanks overlapping all at the same time, and your sound channels are like, I don't know how to deal with
this. And just like, the unexpected and the weird, that's the thing that I want to really drive home. Is like, I want you guys to come up with like 10 new weird things that rares can drop, because it makes rares like matter again. It makes them interesting again. Like, I'm excited about a rare because it could do something I've never seen before, and that's
one of my favorite. Like
up to 10,000 hours or whatever.
If we design something like that and it's a success and it's like a meaningful new niche in the game, that was one of my favorite things as a player. You know, chasing those weird niches to try and find some strange corner of the economy that I could leverage. And I want to add more of that.
Right. Yeah.
We will. It's on the mind for sure. Hopefully by 329 we've got a good set of that.
So potentially some more loot conversion, weird explosions and stuff.
There's kind of things in the meanwhile. You also then, when doing that, don't want to then just make the map boss feel valueless and all that stuff. So it's a little bit more to make sure we get right. Because
map bosses could be a good place for that sort of thing, honestly, like the weird drops like that.
In theory, you do it on both.
Yeah.
Could be distinct pools on each. Who knows? But then you don't want to create an environment where the map boss is only so rewarding that you just kill the map boss and repeat. Or maybe you do. I don't know. Who knows?
Just making everything good.
That's the goal.
It's all good. We'll get there 100%. I have no lack of confidence in that factor, like for sure. So
you touched on King's March. So there's like King's March is like a big kind of like grouping of the same issue there, where it's like the gambling, the shipments, and the mappers. And those giving some of the most rewarding loot right now. It's just not from combat gameplay ultimately. And this was like, I think I like King's March. A lot of people like the King's March shipments and stuff like that. But I think over time, it's definitely started to feel more and more like what I was initially concerned about, which is that it'd be like daily quests, mandatory chores, exactly. Busy work sort of stuff for loot that you're not really earning. It's disconnected from your gameplay and that. I was surprised to think about the crop and ore change. It's like, it's a pretty subtle thing, but actually seems like that might be kind of impactful. Do you think that's going to make a big difference there?
I mean, it does make a big difference, yes, because you have to now engage with the league and be invested in the league in order to now get the printed currency.
Yes.
So at least there's that. I understand that's, a bit of a currency nerf to everyone, but hey, look, it's window loot, so, we're compensating for that in the rest of the game as well, so, with all the different leagues.
But a lot of people are willing to take. It's like, because I think for King's March especially, it was something there, it's like, technically it's optional, you don't have to do it, but like everyone is.
Yeah, it's not really. It's not really though, is it?
Right?
No.
The swap is sort of meant to help address.
Yeah.
Because when you could just grow crops with nothing but money, then it doesn't really feel optional, right? Because you're making gold whatever you're doing. So you have gold to give to King's March, and they can just turn that into money for you.
Yeah. That was a quote that I picked up from somewhere that I found particularly entertaining. Where it's like, someone's like, "Oh, my King's March mappers are getting better currency per map than I do, so I give them all my maps and I farm gold for them." I'm like, "Oh, that's just tragic, isn't it?" It's not really where you want to be.
So now, and what you need to figure out is, does the doubling of currency double the King's March mappers amount of currency?
Well, it doesn't currently.
No, it doesn't.
Well, there you go. That's probably part of the solution there, just kind of accidentally.
But King's March has a pretty extreme love-hate relationship going on with everyone. Like,
I like it, honestly. I enjoy logging in and getting my shipments, but I do see the dark patterns there.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
The issue there.
Hopefully these changes help. There's obviously more we can do in due time, but you also don't want to take away the thing that a lot of people do like. And that's where maybe making it more of an optional thing instead of the actual fake optional that it is right now is honestly the trajectory it needs to go. That way, if you love it, do it. If you don't, and you don't have to feel so penalized or bad about not having it. You know, that's probably the direction to really go ultimately. How that will present itself, TBD, but we'll just have to see how these the ore and crop change is actually quite a big deal, and we'll just have to see how that goes.
Yeah,
so.
it's like it seems like it'll have surprisingly big impact for just a pretty simple thing. It's like, oh, we should have done this in the first place. It's like,
yeah.
It's funny. It was just a bit backwards, I suppose. And I am interested to see how much change the port stuff you've done is, because you've moved around where rewards come from ports, made them more specific, because it was pretty autopilot before. Like, I just used the same port again and again. You just dumped all your crops in one port. There wasn't really much to think about there, but now it seems like you're actually gonna maybe be a little bit of strategy there about where you're sending what.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it plays out. I'm sure players will develop something of a meta. I think one thing that we didn't note as well is that, like, in the live stream footage, is that the what is it called? The quota? Like the port wants a certain resource.
Resources.
That has much more of an impact than it once did on the shipment that you'll return, and you can also re-roll that.
Yeah. It's hard to see like the impact of that sort of thing, so hopefully it's like something that's like pretty noticeable, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is a system that was intended to promote that you vary up the different ports you send to.
Yeah. So hopefully that.
So like even if we've shuffled stuff around, you're still going to have, you know, a non-random meta generally, right? There'll be a certain port that gives you what you want. You know, and there's choice within that, and that's great. But yeah, you need a kind of more random, and that's what that system was trying to do. It just wasn't doing it very well. So, you know, make it more impactful and keep doing so if we need to.
Vaguely similar to this idea of like getting the best loot from non-gameplay was the major boss drops coming more from reliquary keys than the actual boss, and those dropping globally as well. Is that something you're thinking about at all? I feel like a lot of people feel like it circumvents like the point of the boss, and
it does.
That a lot.
It does for sure. We're not doing anything about that right now that I'm aware of.
But not in 328, but I actually personally also share this gripe. So it is a thing that will be brought up with Andrew and the other designers working on PoE1. So yeah, it's. I also agree. I would like it if every Starforge in the world came from killing Shaper. But we'll see whether we get to that reality or not. Like, that's something that other people have strong opinions on as well. I'm not going to unilaterally say, like, yes, we're doing this.
Yeah. So, is there a reason why, like, the boss doesn't just drop the keys that give those things or something? Like, I guess they would need a bunch of different keys or something. Might be the issue there. You need like a reliquary key of Shaper or something. Yeah,
that would necessitate a lot of base items, but that might be fine.
We do have a lot of little things like that, don't we?
Didn't we do that at some point? I swear.
I feel like it.
I thought we had.
Don't we have the
ringing bells or something?
Bosses
like,
drop their own keys for their own uniques. Wasn't that the point of that?
This, I guess, it didn't.
I could just be tripping.
Well, Valdo maps do work differently to the reliquary keys in that regard.
I need to look into this again, because I was under the impression that we intended for that to not be the case. Like, I thought we had solved this in the past, but like, you know, fever dreams and all that.
Yeah, I was
too
like,
many
unsure,
changes. I'm like,
was
didn't we solve this like 3 years ago? I'm just like, I swear.
I was surprised when that question was sent to me. So I was like, I thought you guys
the perils of continual development.
I'm gonna go look at that after this, because I am convinced that I'm like having mega deja vu here. I swear. I thought that we had reliquary key and then all the boss specific reliquary keys, and those gave the boss uniques, and the base one doesn't, because we didn't. We didn't want them to give the boss uniques, and thus I don't know.
The question was sent to me by a juicer, so I was like, I'm gonna take their word from that one. So
I don't know. Maybe something slipped up and something went wrong there. I'm gonna go have a look at it after this. Again, whatever. The deja vu is real right now.
It would be good to reassess the state of it.
I don't trust my short-term memory anymore, so that might be long-term memory at this point, but all good.
The final-ish aspect of ground loot that I want to touch on for today is rare gear drops that just ultimately they're just not shown on filters because they aren't. They're either very rarely good or they just aren't even able to be good. Like, it's not even physically possible for them to be competitive in many cases outside of some things like energy shield gear or suppression gear or whatever. There are some cases where it's like, you can never compete with like influenced modifiers or other random where you can jam things together, create the sort of stuff players can make via crafting and other systems. So I have a few kind of questions about like that. It's something I've talked about, man, a few times in the past. It's like it's always been a thing. Like, how do we make rares matter? I'm curious. First, why isn't the tier system being used in Path of Exile 1 for rare drops?
Kind of is.
The
memory strands are a technically more granular version of that.
Okay.
Which I mean, look, we've considered this, we've discussed this for sure, and this is part of the whole drop less but better. It's just that it comes with these so many different consequences that we have to then work our way through. And you know, the memory strands was our kind of way of trying to achieve that. And as I said, it didn't hit the mark for sure, and so we're now trying to make it better. But and I understand that that's like, you know, they're from originator maps, not like game wide, which I don't necessarily mind either. That it's like at the end of the end game is when this stuff starts happening. But yeah, I mean, I'd first like to see if that can hit the mark first. That being said, there is like just going to always be that there are crafting systems and drops at odds with one another.
I don't see enough dots. More dots now.
Little rocks.
Come on, more DPS.
That being said, like, you know, we don't want to also just be like flooding the ground. You know how much people can juice. You don't want to just be now just flooding the ground with rare items, and it's just like, oh my god, there's just too much stuff everywhere, and I don't know, like.
I was having a fantasy earlier about this. I was like dreaming about it and daydreaming about like, what would it be like if Path of Exile 1 all of a sudden dropped like maybe only a few rares a map, and I was like excited to identify and look at them. It's like that would be such a crazy change from the amount of stuff that drops right now.
I think that game mode is called Ruthless.
Well, maybe.
Whoa, man. Whoa, it's your first time in the Q&A. Calm down. No. I mean, he's technically right, but we can solve that, but the discrepancy between average map and pinnacle, right? We obviously then have to assess, like, how can if you can get 1,000.
What is Tota? Tota is a previous expansion. It was Trial of the Ancestors, and people like it very much. So it had a like league mechanic, which was basically like mini auto battler. It was like sick. So that's why like people like it a lot. I'm curious what people think about New League. It's too much information, I guess, to judge now, because there is a lot of changes. But yeah, I hope we will do good.
One of the things,
okay, this is on. I can run the game.
To interrogate for 329, but like an extension of the memory strand changes was like, well, what if we just, you know how the drop conversion stuff that you're talking about for rares, like what if we do some drop conversion thing where sometimes rares will drop way fewer rare items, but they'll drop super memory strand heavy items, and they'll drop a few of them, and like that sort of thing. It is definitely on our minds. I will say one of the things that contributes to this experience, particularly in Keepers, was just the strength of the breach tree, the strength of the Genesis tree, and while that's being core, it has been adjusted.
Yeah.
I mean, while those windows are generally going to be showing you just effectively every rare item that's presented, there is many thousands of rare items that are on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how is that ever going to compete as well? So then even
Login. I am positive now. Doubling currency, I like it.
some experience now with the idea of like converting rarity into tiering up an item, like making it better. It's like, you know, as the rare kind of feeds into it, and that aligns nicely with the idea of this being something that grows over time.
What the fuck, man? Oh, 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 oh. Dude, YouTube live stream has the worst fucking UI. It's so bad. Yeah.
So on the issue of like normal rares not really even being able to compete with like crafting rewards from commits or other things,
Blah blah blah.
it's got too much cool stuff now. It's not like you want to remove that. So the
I think they doing some shit, yeah.
like I said, like just having a cool world software can work, and maybe only for specific
Mm,
item categories like collection and things like that. But
okay.
yeah, like big fan personally of things like token items and stuff like that that are a little bit weirder. Now that generally belongs in
Yes.
content, but I wonder if there's stuff like that you can
You get like so little, like from like Asian region especially.
maybe fit more in general content. Maybe just some weird idea.
There is probably stuff that's kind of hard to think of exact things on the spot.
Kind of goes back to your previous comment about, you know, trying to make more, like, more meaningful tinks, I guess. Finding more axes to make gear matter in a way that's different from a different piece of gear mattering is, like, one of the most fundamentally difficult things in designing an item-based game, but it is also one of the most important.
Yeah, US monetization like much more. US, Canada, UK, like big European countries mostly. But like Asian countries are like, it's little. I guess like Australia will be good also. Okay. Basically, yeah. They spend less, man. Like, like how the fucking like guy from India with like salary of like few $100 per month, and few I mean like 3, best case scenario. How high, like he will spend more than like, I don't know, like anybody with a decent profession. But it doesn't mean like in US there is no people, like a lot of people struggle like a lot in US also financially. Wonderkind fucking yeah. Yeah, okay, man. We will wait for patch notes to see what the fuck will happen. So what the fuck I have? I have a lot of souls, man. I can level up, I guess. And I don't know what to do. I guess I will go... Holy shit. I can only go like 2 strength. Maybe like this. Can I change this after? I can't change like after in any way. I don't know. Looks like you can't actually. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't let you. I'm playing now for yeah, that the game is like very good, but I fucking don't even know, man. Because if I can change after, like that's another story. If I can't, that's completely like fucking another story. But I guess like endurance, like stamina is, I think it's valuable. I don't know. Like if I go, yes. Oh, okay. I hope so. Okay, I will go endurance anyway. Because, like, it's dodge roll and shit. Oh, wait, what the fuck? Wait, what the fuck? Why it's not, like, full screen? Oh, because this shit... Oh, I need to relog, yeah. Okay, now we do this. We do this. Okay. Now. Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, starting level you can, yeah. Oh, okay. So we will need to farm that shit after. Holy fuck, man. Why this is not like working? Please be full screen, yeah. Yeah, now it works. Now it works. What the fuck? Bit scuffed. So I'm in the new zone. We need to go there. What's this building? Oh,
You're tarnished. Then perhaps you could spare, believe it or not, for a well,
donate
bless
10
you,
runes,
bless
man.
You. You're a true. My name is Topes. Presuming you're interested, only
Dude, I have no idea what the fuck are like. Dude, this is bad. Get the fuck out, man. Holy shit. Dude, this heavy attack sucks dick. Can I just fuck off? Okay, let's kill them. Dude, they are tough. Dude, they are tough. Dude, my horse fucked. Holy shit, I don't want to go there. The fuck are you using magic, man? Okay. Go, go. Yo, yo, man, what's up? How are you doing? Yeah, man. I was just watching. I think it will be okay because they buffed like currency loot a lot. I don't know. I think it will be good. And yeah, I'm doing great, man. Started to play something offline to just like reset myself before the league. I'm tired of economies, leveling. Yeah. I mean, if you want to try a solo game, this is the game you want to start with. I like it very much so far. Dude, you see the death counter? That's like... that's just the beginning. Nice. Hello.
You're new around here. Surprised you found me in my little nook. No matter, no matter. Your money's as good as anyone else's.
Dude, you know my story. I never play solo games.
Oh, but don't ask me how I got my
Yeah.
hands on them, eh?
But I play like PoE 1, I play PoE 2, I play Torchlight. Holy shit, man, like just like immerse in the game, in the combat, like sometimes you forget about that in like fucking hamster wheel of the currency farms and shit. It's not I don't like it, but sometimes I think like this type of game can give you like new experiences. Yeah, I watched some videos about that before. But holy shit, what's this? Yeah, fuck that. What he has? Not yet. I will play this one and after, I guess, but not now. Yo, this is gay shit. Oh, this shit looks good. How can I compare this with the mine? Okay. How the fuck I can compare this with mine? Press R. No, R is like the other shit. No. F is changing this like the stats on the right. Okay, I will just look, man. Uh, 95. Okay. And what you have, my man? So this is 78 physical. A bit better guarded damage negation. Nah, not worth it. This shit is cool, I will just buy to have it. Come on. Can't I do it here? No. No. Wait. Oh, I don't have it there. No, I have it on the pouch. I wanted it on the pouch. Okay, so this is, yeah, it was working, I think. No? Holy shit. I misclicked. Yeah, this one. Yeah, nice. Nice, okay. We good. Go. Oh, what the fuck is there? Fuck. Now we will be here for hour. Fuck you, man. Fucking dog shit. This horse is stupid, man. Why it doesn't double jump? Man, I'm very bad in this type of shit. That doesn't do me a favor here. The fuck is this, man? Holy shit. Nice. What the fuck is this, man? What? What the fuck is that, man? Holy shit. I don't like this place. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, my man, you are sitting here like nothing happened. Sure, sure. Have a good dinner, man. What's this? You have to find a dragon that protects the Glintstone Cane tolls. Oh. I will figure out. Thank you. I'm just YOLOing everything. What the fuck is this? Oh. Let's go here for now. What's this island? This is the camp. What? Where is my fucking weapon, man? Okay. Holy shit. fuck it, man. I hate this shit. I don't want to fight with that. Okay. Where the fuck we can go? Okay. Holy shit, that was good one. The fuck is this? Oh. Okay. piece of shit place, man. Nice. Okay. The fuck is this? Holy shit, man. They are cancer. Holy shit, man. They fucked me up. Like instantly. Okay, we will get our revenge. Why the fuck he's not dead, man? No! Okay. Oh, we need to kill this guy. Almost. Nice. Oh. The fuck was that? Dude, wait, what the fuck is this? So this is... Okay. 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 I think we need to go here. fuck else we don't need? I guess nothing.
Not every.
Okay. Holy fuck, man. What? What was that? This place looks bad, man. Oh, oh, oh. Hello. Hello, hello, man. What's up? Oh, we can't even do that. Holy shit. Okay. Some kind of weird shit here. Oh, oh. Everything good so far. Enjoying the game. Dying a lot. The fuck are those creatures, man? Holy shit. Yo, yo. Oh, oh. Yeah, I'm holy shit bad at remembering the names, man. What's that? Doesn't look good, doesn't look good. Holy shit. Oh, we fucked. We need to cleanse this shit. Oh. Yeah, that's a lot. It's for solo game, I think. I mean, I know people are like playing this shit a lot. Yeah, it's the game is good, man. I like it so far very much. And I am the guy who doesn't play solo games like at all. Dude, what the fuck is that? Oh, okay. Yeah, the game is insanely good. Oh, oh, oh. What the fuck are you? The fuck? Okay. Okay. So we need to go there. Oh shit, man. I can't play a lot today because... Oh no. Because I need to wake up early. I have a ton of shit work to do tomorrow. I have no idea where we go, man. But after that, we have fucking weekend. Dude, this game you want to play like for like 10 hours, I don't know. What? Oh! Okay. Okay. Fuck. Almost. One hit, man. Nice. Is he unfriendly? Oh yeah, yeah. This is like boss. And and where is the guy? Oh. So stupid, man. Holy fucking shit. Ah, okay. Anyway. I need to go take rest, guys. Tomorrow is a big day. Like at work, a lot of shit to do. A bit shorter than usually today. But yeah. We will blast more Elden Ring and we will try marathon on weekend, I guess. And yeah, sorry again, but yeah, we need money to be able to play these games. Stay safe, take care, guys. I see you tomorrow, and tomorrow we blast like for long because it's a weekend. Cheers, guys. I will go check some news before sleeping about 3.28. Good luck, guys. See you tomorrow.